What do you regard as the most dangerous situation you've placed yourself in? Because you were almost stabbed, right?
Yeah. And the guy said, I always bring my gun to work because it was in a dodgy neighborhood in Atlanta. And he goes, but I forgot it. And he goes, you guys are so lucky I only had my knife. And I was just going to stab you. That was a bad trip. Me and Lil Rel Howery, that was the first prank he ever filmed. He never did pranks. And he was like, yeah, I got this. Yeah, it'll be easy. And he was miserable the whole time we filmed. He didn't know how stressful like pranking feels. It feels very, very uncomfortable. So much more than a soundstage or a set. So we had this bit where our characters do drugs the night before. We're playing with a Chinese finger trap. We pass out unconscious from doing like this cornucopia of drugs accidentally. And we wake up with our penises stuck together in a Chinese finger trap. And so the prank was we ran up to this guy on the golf course, asked him to get us out of the Chinese finger trap. And then we went, Ki Tao, my director, he's like, we're shooting in Atlanta. We should go to like the hood and go to like a ratchet ass barber shop, like to get a big reaction. And I was like, great idea. And we went into this black barber shop in a precarious neighborhood in Atlanta. And the barber went into, because we revealed it. Ki Tao goes, reveal like that your penises are stuck together. Like don't have him see it at first. So me and Rel like walked in like all weird, and the barber's like cutting a guy's hair, and he's the proprietor of his own shop. You know, he takes pride in his shop. And we slowly revealed like gay magicians. We were like, ta-da, like a Cirque du Soleil. We were like, do you have scissors to cut us out of this? Our penises are stuck together. And he thought we were just eccentric perverts on the loose in his establishment, in his neighborhood. And he snapped. He went into, his eyes turned red, like cartoon red. And he was like, oh, hell no. And he started looking for something, which I found out later was his gun. And then he was like, fuck, God damn it. I knew I left something at home. And, you know, Georgia is like an open carry state. My friend got arrested because he had weed on him and guns. And I was like, did the gun charge get? And he goes, no, all the guns I have are totally legal in Georgia. That's weed is a felony. Went to jail for just the weed, and guns are, they're like, guns. So he grabs a knife, starts chasing us out, and me and Rel can barely run because we're joined. It was a prosthetic. It wasn't a real cocks, but it was like this stretchy, realistic-looking prosthetic double dildo Chinese finger trap. And we're like harnessed together, so we can't even run. And Rel is running for we're running for our lives, literally. And the thing snaps. Rel like rolls under a car, and I look, and I had my security like was across the street. This guy that looked like Blade, and I go. And our safe word was popcorn, but I was so nervous I forgot the safe word, and I just said goosebumps. I don't know why. I was like white out with fear. Like I was just like, goosebumps, goosebumps, goosebumps. So this guy that looks like Blade, who's like armed to the T across the street, he's like, goosebumps? He's like, goosebumps? I'm like, the guy, and I point to the guy's knife. I was like, popcorn. And so he's like, hey, and he like kind of like casually like held the guy's wrist. And the guy's like, who the fuck is this guy? And then we're like, we're doing a hidden camera prank thing. And the guy went from a murder rage to like being so relieved that like eccentric perverts weren't on the loose, terrified, because he doesn't know if we're like pederasts or what's going on. He doesn't know what's going on. He's just like, this has to stop. And it's up to me to be the judge, jury, and executioner. And he went from a murder rage to being like, this is a hidden camera prank. And he was like, oh, man, y'all got me, man. This is hilarious. Yeah, a release form, no problem. Hey, when's this come out? Hey, you shouldn't do this shit in this neighborhood. You're going to get killed. I always bring my gun to work. I must have spaced. And Rel quit the movie. And we had to beg, and I had to talk. And Tiffany Haddish wasn't even attached to the movie. I had to like talk to Tiffany to talk to Rel. Rel wouldn't answer my phone calls. He knew I was trying to get him back on the movie. And I'm texting him, and he's like, I have kids, and you almost got me killed. And I go, I know, and that's my fault. And I had to call Tiffany because she did a bunch of pranks for MTV, and she helped me campaign to bring Rel back. We had to have like a talk with his manager. It was bad. And then and MGM, which was the studio at the time, was like, who are you guys, and what is this movie? And like, why did we almost get the other star? And Get Out had just come out, so they were very hot on Rel. They had no idea who I was, so they hated me, and they they're like, the guy that just had this heat from Get Out that made $300 million. We almost got him killed day one. So it was bad. It was bad, but it was the reason that Tiffany called me and she goes, dude, did you almost get Rel killed doing a prank movie? And I go, yeah. And then like my heart sank. I was like, I don't want that to get out. And then she goes, dude, I love that type of shit. I love pranking people. Can I be in your movie? And I was like, and Girls Trip had just come out. So Get Out just came out and Girls Trip just came out. And Rel's about to quit. And Tiffany is so intrigued that I almost got Rel killed and dying laughing from it and knowing what the prank was, that she was like, sign me up. And she was doing 4 movies at the same time. She's like, I can give you 5 shoot days. And her part originally was this female wrestler we found from like the Women's Wrestling League. And she had to drop out. So we had no bad guy role. So she was like, I got 5 free days. I'm down. And her part was usually really small, and her part just kept expanding.